wah, wah, wah.
That's a bonus. Ba 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 ba.
G'day, mate. Aloha. Hello.
Guys, and I am here for some awesome Pilot Games action. Super excited to be here with you guys live as I'm going to be streaming onto those Pilot TVs, Player Connect app, pilotgames.com/PilotTV. YouTube Live, as well as the Twitch app. Our channel name is MegaSota on both YouTube Live and Twitch. So hopefully you guys are checking out those streams. If you do check out one of those streams, send us out a message and I'll shoot you out some luck as you get on after this awesome bingo playing day. We got some great bingo in front of us right here today as we got a $13 minor prize, 52 balls or less. A major prize sitting at a nice $2,276 that you could take home in 50 balls or less. And then that mega jackpot, $40,000 you could take home in 49 balls or less. All should be a lot of fun as we get on after it. As we get on after it, I would like to highlight some great locations that just got some Pilot TVs unwrapped and installed. Those locations are Parker's Last Stop Bar and Liquor Store, the Doghouse, Vining Place, Beck's Burger, Lefty's Bar and Grill, the R Bar, as well as Round Up Bar. Great job to each and every one of those locations getting those Pilot TVs unwrapped and installed. We can't wait to see some great prizes go out to your fine establishments. We do have balls dropping in this game, though. We're working to try and give out these awesome jackpots. We've been able to give out 92 jackpots during this season 15. It's been a lot of fun as we are just about a month and a half, a month and 1 week done with season 15. Great stuff to see all those prizes go out. We've also given out 18 jackpots over the last 7 days, and only one of those jackpots were able to go out yesterday. That jackpot went out to Mike Hunt over at Medford Liquor Store. They took home $6,125. Great job to you, Mike Hunt, as you took home that very, very nice prize. As we continue to work on these great prizes, we got Phil M right now, 5 balls away, joined up with Jer Bear and Buddy. We'll see if they take it home or if there's going to be some of these other players that are joining up with them can move that much closer. As it doesn't look like we will be giving out any of our jackpots in this one as we try and give out a $63.60 Musco. Phil M still leading the charge, 2 balls away. If you guys aren't playing this awesome live bingo game, may I suggest checking out our e-tabs. We actually have a new e-tab game hitting your guys' iPads tomorrow, and that is The Mysteries of Ancient Egypt with Nile Treasure 2. Yes, it's an exciting revamp of that fun Nile Treasure game. Before I talk more about Nile Treasure 2, we have Jer Bear over at Lefty's Bar and Grill taking home $63.60 on that awesome Musco prize. Great job to you, Jer Bear, as we now get after in this next game of Game Day Bingo. In this next game, we're going to have that minor prize click up to 60 to 54 balls or less. But back to Nile Treasure 2. Dive into the enchanted world of pharaohs, treasures, as we release this exciting Nile Treasure sequel, a decade in the making. Epic bonuses await. Agent chest bonus. Choose wisely from the 3 chests for instant prizes. Giant super symbols or wild scarabs triggering sticky wilds. Magic Temple bonus. Pick a chest to reveal the lucky symbol. Then enjoy 5 free plays where lucky symbols replace wilds. Trigger a more magic temple bonuses for extra spins and surprises. Play Nile Treasure 2 this Thursday at your favorite Minnesota bar as it hits your guys' iPads right at 12 o'clock. Should be a lot of fun. We're super excited about that new E-Tab game, a sequel to the original Nile Treasure. Nile Treasure 2 coming out this week, just tomorrow. We have 1 minute and 20 seconds to get enrolled into this game number 2 of Game Day Bingo as we're continuing to have a lot of fun in these games. As we continue to have a lot of fun in these games, I would like to highlight our Facebook page. And you guys can show a little bit of love by giving that Facebook page a like and follow. All you got to do is search up Pilot Games and then click on that logo. You'll be able to see weekly bingo schedules, event details and reminders, big progressives, player pictures, and more. You can also check out the website link on Facebook. That's our link tree that has links to our bar locations, our social medias like Twitter and Instagram, as well as pgl.world and more. It's just the hub of all things Pilot Games right there available on that Facebook page. It's definitely a great source of Pilot Games information. So go check it out and see if you guys can take home some great prizes by using some of that awesome info. We have 25 seconds, though, to get enrolled into this game number 2. Hopefully, you guys are getting enrolled. If you're looking for a great location to play Pilot Games as you guys are driving around, getting onto your lunch break, maybe head on over to that Facebook page as that bar locations tab on that link tree is a great source to look up different locations, different spots where you can play Pilot Games and still get your enjoyment while checking out the different eats that you have in your area. We do have balls now dropping in this next game. In this game, we'll be working on a $27 minor jackpot, 54 balls or less, a major prize of $2,287, 50 balls or less, and that mega jackpot sitting at $40,148. You could take home in 49 balls or less. Should be a lot of fun as we get into this second of 12 games of lunchtime bingo that I will be announcing the winners for. We'll be playing that game day bingo, 12 games of it from 12 all the way till 1 p.m. That's when I'm going to leave you guys off to start off your unhosted bingo for the day. At 1 p.m., it'll be your first shot at an $114,875 Lucky for Bingo prize. Do not miss out on that opportunity as it is the largest jackpot available today. Then from 1 all the way till 4, you'll hop back into game day bingo once again, working on whatever minor, major, and mega prize was not able to go out during this awesome lunchtime span. From at 4 p.m., we'll switch on over to your second and final opportunity of Lucky 4 Bingo. Another shot at $114,875 if you missed out on that 1 p.m. shot. Game day bingo will then resume from 4 all the way till 6, playing 23 games of that on this lovely Wednesday, as you guys will then end off at 6 p.m. with a little bit of that pilot payday action. This will be our first opportunity of pilot payday this week, as it only happens on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 6 p.m. And in that game, there is a $2,500 must go prize. You definitely want to come out for that amazing game. Only 10 cents a card for that $2,500 prize. It's definitely worth a shot. Every other day outside of that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we replace that pilot payday throughout the rest of the week with Lucky for Bingo at 6 p.m. So lots of fun there, no matter what day you're coming out, but a little bit more special on these Wednesday, Thursdays, and Friday. But before I get back into our live bingo schedule, we do have a winner here, as Loser Rose over at Moe's in Mounds View is taking home $11.50 on our Must Go prize. Good job to you, Loser Rose, as we now get enrolled into a game number 3. In this game number 3, that minor prize will be clicking up once again from 54 to 56 balls or less, getting more exciting as we continue to creep through these games. Just 2 minutes to get enrolled into this upcoming game. As you guys continue to get enrolled into this upcoming game, I would like to continue talking about these awesome bingo players, as we now want to, well, I should say awesome bingo games, as we had a lot of fun last night playing an awesome MegaSota game night. Tonight, we are going to have a wild Wednesday. So after that 6 p.m. opportunity of Lucky 4 Bingo, you'll then hop into the little run up to our Wild Wednesday, as you'll then play Game Day Bingo from 6 to 7. And right at 7 p.m., me and Jordy are going to be back playing some awesome PGL matchups. We'll be giving out a ton of PGL points, as well as some huge jackpot prizes along with it. Do not miss out on all the amazing opportunities tonight at 7 p.m. Ending at 9 o'clock, you'll then switch back over to the Game Day Bingo, unhosted, to end off your night. It should be a lot of fun, as I love those PGL specialty nights. Just last night, we had another one of those PGL specialty nights, that MegaSota game night. That gets started at 6:40 every single Tuesday. Tony and Nikki are usually there, giving out a bunch of PGL points, as well as amazing jackpot prizes. They ended off with a Jackpot Jungle grand finale. They were not able to give out the $27,650, and so it's going to be growing into next week's Tuesday opportunity. So make sure you guys come out for that 64 ball or less Jackpot Jungle prize. Definitely a lot of fun. If you do come out for both MegaSota game night on the 6:40 every Tuesday, or those Wild Wednesdays, 7 p.m. every Wednesday, hopefully you're signed up at pgl.world, so you can earn points to compete in those standings during those nights. We do just have 30 seconds to get enrolled into this upcoming game. We're going to see who can take home these awesome prizes in this upcoming game. As you guys do that in this game number 3, I would like to go over some of our first national days. Our first one up is a great one, National Girls and Women in Sports Day. Across the country, National Girls and Women in Sports Day is recognized by schools, organizations, and teams during the first week of February. definitely an awesome one there. I have grown up with women in sports my entire life. My grandma talks about how playing basketball back in the day when they wouldn't let them play full court and the frustrations with that and just you wanting. She would talk about how she wanted to just she would play the defensive end and she'd get the rebound and she'd start dribbling down the court, and the fact that she would have to then pass it off to another teammate just infuriated her because she just wanted to play like the guys. And it's and so to hear the evolution and that we've been able to make strides in the proper way, and then my mom, my sister, they've all been huge sports nuts, and it's definitely a lot of fun. My sister's even down there in Orlando working with a bunch of NFL dudes doing their combine prep, and so my family has always been super involved in sports, and especially the women in my family have always been super involved in sports, and so I love to highlight this on today as there's so many amazing women within sports that definitely don't get the respect that they deserve on and today is the kind of day to highlight that. I think some women's sports are starting to just now come into the limelight as women's college basketball has had a huge uptick in popularity with Caitlin Clark out of Iowa just being an absolute a sharpshooter from deep, and it's so entertaining to watch. She reminds us a lot of that young Steph Curry, where he was just shooting it from all over the place. She brings a lot of that to the women's college basketball game, which is just so fun. So hopefully, this is it just increases the popularity within that specific women's sport. We've seen it increase in women's sports increase in popularity through a multitude of different things, and so definitely great one here. Highlighting probably the one that I think of when I think of probably the GOAT of women's sports is Serena Williams. I mean, you talk about just long dominance of a sport. That woman just was at the top of her game for so long, and even was at the top of the game when she was pregnant. It was insane. She is just an incredible woman in sports, and so we highlight all those amazing women that have done so much work to advance it in the proper way on National Girls and Women in Sports Day. We do have a winner here as Hearlim over at Lincoln Depot is taking home $11.10 on that Musco prize. Good job to Here I Am as we now get enrolled into a game number 4. In this game number 4, that minor prize will be clicking up from 56 to 58 balls or less. Already $50 available on that minor prize as we continue to get enrolled. But one last little shout out. Happy National Girls and Women's in Sports Day. Maybe throw on a women's sporting event on today or watch some highlights from your favorite women's sport athlete. Next up, we have another important national day, the National Periodic Table Day. Periodic Table Day recognizes the publication of the first table of elements. We also look at how periodic tables have changed throughout the years. Maybe take a look at how those changes have occurred to celebrate this awesome national day. The periodic table is one of those things that I always personally hated, as I was never one that was super into the sciences growing up, and having to memorize this thing as a kid was just such an annoyance within my, I forget what high school class I had to do that for, but just having to remember all those different symbols, all the different acronyms, I did not enjoy that at all. But it's a super important it's a super important diagram that helps you see what is the elements and seeing all the different ones. It's an important thing. So happy National Periodic Table Day. Take a look at the periodic table on today. I know I haven't taken a look at any kind of periodic table in I don't know how long. I wonder what the first periodic table looked like, as because that had to have looked so different than the original on today. Well, maybe you could take a little bit of a second to take a look at that first periodic table, as it very much so looks dramatically different than the periodic table we know from today. So take a look on that on today, National Periodic Table Day, as we move on to one of my favorite national days, as it is National Fettuccine Alfredo Day. This is a great day to be celebrating. Fettuccine Alfredo Day celebrates one of the world's favorite ways to enjoy a plate of fettuccine. I am such a big fan of Alfredo. It's so good on today. My favorite pairing with Alfredo has to be a seafood Alfredo. You could throw in a few different seafood items in there, and I am very happy. But the must-have has to be the shrimp in that seafood Alfredo. I also really enjoy a good chicken Alfredo as well. I think you pair anything with the Alfredo, it is just delicious. I can feel my blood thicken as I eat it, but that's just the joy of eating a good old fettuccine Alfredo. It's a delicious one on today. I definitely need to get around to eating this, as Jordy doesn't eat nearly any Alfredo at all, and so I have to make it a point when we're going out to get my Alfredo fix in. And uh, as Valentine's Day is right around the corner, may give me an excuse to go to a place that serves up a good bowl of fettuccine Alfredo. So keeping that on the mind, as Valentine's Day is only 1 week away. Some very exciting stuff. Well, happy National Fettuccine Alfredo Day. Make sure you get yourself a hearty bowl on today. But back to this game number 4 of Game Day Bingo. We got a lot of players creeping up closer. Jer Bear right now 5 balls away in this game, with Didi, Hank, NBH, as well as Phil H, all trying to get after it as well. We'll see which one of them ends up taking home this nice, maybe minor jackpot of $55, or it may end up being that $11.20 must-go prize. We'll see, as now MBH is 2 balls away, as it looks like we'll be moving on past that minor jackpot. Now just the must-go prize as we wait to see who takes this one home. $11.20 will be going out to the great players. Well, doesn't want to go out just quite yet, as our winner is none other than Didi over at Acapulco Maplewood. Great job to you, Didi, in this awesome game number 4 of Game Day Bingo, as we now are going to get enrolled into a game number 5. In this game number 5, that minor prize is finally clicking up to 60 balls or less. Hopefully, we can finally give it out at 60 balls or less here. So get enrolled, press play. We're going to continue having fun here, as we've been celebrating some awesome national days with you guys. The first 3 was Girls and Women in Sports Day, Periodic Table Day, and Fettuccine Alfredo Day. And the last one is a super nice one, National Send a Card to a Friend Day. National Send a Card to a Friend Day on February 7th reminds us to send friendly cheers through the mail. We do that by sending a note or message or on a card to the friend we hold dear. Throughout the years, we often think about our friends. We wonder how they are, miss them, and remember fond memories of times shared. Yeah, this is kind of just the day to let's take a little step aside to take that little extra bit of personal care towards your friend. And it's more than a text, it's more than just shooting them a call. Sending them a card helps them know that you took a little extra effort to be, hey, how you doing? Hopefully you're having a good whatever time it is. Hope if they got sick, a little get well soon card, whatever it is. There's lots of reasons to send a card to your friend, and today is one of those national days that encourages you to do so. As we continue to get after it, we got just 50 seconds to get enrolled into this next game. happy National Send a Card to a Friend Day. That is the end of our national days list. So send a card to a friend, eat some fettuccine alfredo, read the periodic table, and watch some awesome girls and women in sports on today. And then you celebrated all the national days of today. We do have a little bit of Twins news we can get into on today, as the Twins are close to signing right-hand reliever Jay Jackson. According to multiple reports, side fielders Robert Murray reported the deal is pending a physical. Jackson, who's 36, had a 2.12 earned run average last season for the Toronto Blue Jays in 29 and two-third innings. Jackson allowed just 18 hits and 8 runs, or 7 earned, while striking out 27. He further bolsters the Twins bullpen and projected by Fangraphs to be the best in baseball. Jackson played in Japan for a while, but he returned in 2021. He has a 2.73 ERA over the 5-year major league career. He's recorded 107 strikeouts and holds a 3.5 ERA. Very impressive stuff. Well, hopefully that physical comes back clean for Jay Jackson, as I think it would be an exciting ad for our Minnesota Twins to see him bolster this roster just that little bit more. Would definitely be a really cool little addition to this bullpen. So definitely a cool little Minnesota Twins news. If you guys want to get a little bit of Minnesota Twins action in, we actually teamed up with the Minnesota Twins to create this awesome ETAB game. It's called Twins Win. You can even check out the Home Run Derby bonus round, where if you pick out the right lucky batter, you'll be taking home a Grand Slam prize. It's definitely a great time. So check it out. The awesome ETAB game, Twins Win. But back to this bingo game we got here, as we are playing, as we got some awesome players 3 balls away. Mikey Mike 3 balls away over at the Old Piper and Blaine, 100% in line to be able to take home this minor jackpot, as we click past the opportunity for the mega, as well as clicking past that major prize. Now all eyes will be on this minor jackpot. Mikey Mike, it's been a while. There it is, now 2 balls away. We'll see if anybody joins up with them as we watch these final few balls drop in this matchup. And there it is, a whole slew of players are now joined up with them, but we only have 2 more opportunities to try and give this one out. Can it go out at 60 balls? No, we'll be moving on to the must-go prize of $18.60 in this game, as Tree Dog over at Howie's Sports Bar and Grill in St. Cloud is taking home $18.60. Great job to you, Tree Dog, as we now get enrolled into this next game. I have no idea what a Tree Dog would even be, but congratulations on the awesome win in this game. We will now be getting enrolled into a game number 6 with a minor prize at the exact ball count we just gave out this must-go in, 62 balls or less. That major prize still will be sitting at 50 balls or less, and that mega prize will still be sitting at 49 balls or less. So we plan to continue to have a lot of fun as we get on through these matchups. As we are having fun getting through these matchups, I would actually like to cover the standings in which you guys are affecting right now as your plan, our Game Day Bingo Top 10. And in 10th place, we start off with one of our biggest players, Mad Dog over at the Sunshine Depot, who has 19,000 points. Hopping into a 2-way tie, as Mike over the Sherwood Lounge and Rock Rider at the Incline Station Bowling Center are both in 8th place with 20,000 points. With 21,000 points in 7th place, we have Dano over at the Friends Bar and Restaurant, as our 6th place player is Brizo at the Underground Bar and Grill with 22,000 points. With 23,000 points in 5th place, it's Slappy over at Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards. Good job to you, Slappy. 4th place, Cheese over the Beartown Lounge sits with 26,000 points, as we have 28,000 points for our 3rd place player, Stingray, over at the Lodge on Lake Mazaska. 39,000 points for our 2nd place player, Ben W, over at the L&M Bar, as our number 1 player was Call Me Jen over at JR Mac with 89,000 points. Great job to you, Call Me Jen. I mean, huge point total already in this season. Also is the reigning champ from season 14, and now looking to get 1st place once again in this season 15. But now to the top locations. As we start off with a tie in these standings, both these locations being in ninth place, it's Maynards of Excelsior and Eagles Albert Lay, both with 37,000 points. With 38,000 points in eighth place, we got the Municipal Liquor Store Akeley. Seventh place is Moe's with 40,000 points, as we have a two-way tie in fifth, both with 44,000 points, and that's between Monty Sports Bar and VFW Spring Lake Park. Fourth place is Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards with 52,000 points. As our third place location is the Medford Liquor Store with 67,000 points. With 73,000 points in second place, we have the L&M Bar. As our number one location, home to our number one player, it is JR Mack with 137,000 points. Great job to JR Mack as well as Call Me Jen, an awesome duo that continues to dominate these game day bingo games. Can't wait to see as you guys continue to play these awesome matchups. If you guys aren't playing these game day bingo matchups, maybe check out one of our newest eTab games. The newest one to hit your guys' iPads is a Raging Snowman. You can immerse yourself in the midst of the snowstorm or engage in the exciting snowball toss to take home some awesome prizes. It's definitely a great new eTab game, Raging Snowman. But don't forget that we are going to be having a new eTab game drop tomorrow, Nile Treasure 2, a sequel to the original Nile Treasure. So hopefully you guys are checking those out. We have over 70 different Charitable eTab games that you guys can choose from. So you definitely going to find a certain version or certain theme that you enjoy. So go check them out, see which ones you like. Each of those games have small bets between 50 cents and $5. Giant prizes reaching up to $1,500 with the bonus and free play rounds that you won't want to miss out on. So let us know which one is your favorite of those eTab games, as one of my personal favorites has to be that Raging Snowman, which just came out a few weeks ago. We are over 40 balls dropped in this game right here. 5 balls away for Unluck Me 1, Nelly 23, and Maggie, as they're hoping to creep closer, as we got to try and give this out in 62 balls or less. Maybe we try and give out this major prize at 50 balls or less. It's going to be a tough swing, but it looks like we are moving past that mega as well as major. Now, all eyes on that minor jackpot. At 62 balls or less, we have a pretty high likelihood of being able to see this one hit a lucky player's iPad, as Didi, Brizo, Sign Guy, lots of others are right there chasing after this nice prize. As we are creeping closer, we'll see who takes it home. Only 2 more balls to try and give this one out. Can't Unluck Me 1 take it home right here? No, once again, our jackpot prize is going to continue to grow. $26.70 is going out in this game. Tammy and Unluck Me 1, as well as Lori, will each be splitting up that $26 in this game number 6. Great job to all of our winners as we now get enrolled into a game number 7. Should be a lot of fun in this game number 7 at 64 balls or less. We have to give it out at 64 balls or less. So get enrolled. Press play. I desperately want to give out this minor jackpot that is already, I mean, it's closing in on $150 as it's at 142 currently right now as you guys get enrolled. $2,380 still available on that major and over 40,000 on the mega. As you guys continue to get after it here, I do have a little bit of music history we can talk about. As our first little tidbit of music history is on today in 1964, thanks to the media coverage and publicity campaign of Capitol Records, thousands of screaming fans greet the Beatles when their plane lands in New York at 1:20 p.m. The scene becomes an iconic image of Beatlemania. Very, very cool stuff. I think everybody can kind of imagine that scene because we've seen it so many different times, just because of the video, the craziness. It just is the kind of the definition of that Beatlemania. When you think of Beatlemania, I think of them landing in America. The Beatles have had the number one song at the time in America with "I Want to Hold Your Hand," and this was their first trip to the country. They were met with a frenzy of adulation, and the group is up to the task. Charming reporters at the press conference held soon after the plane landed. Some exchanges, reporters, are you a little embarrassed by the lunacy you cause? No, it's great. We like lunatics, Lennon said. In Detroit, Michigan, they're handing out car stickers saying, "Stamp out the Beatles." Well, we're bringing out a Stamp Out Detroit campaign. That's insane. Reporter, aren't you afraid that of what the American Barbers Association is going to think of you? Ringo said, "Well, we run quicker than the English ones. We have a go. We'll have a go here, you know." Uh, it's insanity. Just craziness at the time. The Beatles then lived up to the hype as they had a ton of chart choppers with "Can't Buy Me Love," "I Feel Fine," "She Loves You," "A Hard Day's Night," and "Love Me Do," all in the top 100 in that 1964 time. Amazing stuff for the Beatles on today. Beatlemania just coming into the fold of America. But what else is a classic for America is the performances that happen in the Super Bowl. And we've been highlighting a bunch of them throughout these last few weeks. And on today in 2016, Coldplay and football come together when the band headlines the halftime show of Super Bowl 50 between the Denver Broncos and Carolina Panthers. It's an odd pairing, but after a set of that includes "Viva la Vida" and "Paradise," Bruno Mars appears, followed by halftime show savior Beyonce, who blasted out her new song "Formation." Just a huge one there. I know that's one of the more iconic half times for a lot of people my age who are growing up. I know that's one of those ones that Jordy will always mention whenever we talk about iconic halftime shows is Beyonce coming out, and also just her coming out with that new song "Formation" at the time, which ended up being just a huge hit as well. Super fun stuff in the 2016 halftime show. Definitely a cool one. But back to our current game right here as we are at 50 balls dropped. Right now, Maggie is 2 balls away as we have a long run up to try and give out this minor jackpot. That mega and major prize will continue to grow and roll into our next game of Game Day Bingo in that game number 8. But in this game right here, with Maggie 1 ball away, we'll see. But it's Cal Peace, not Maggie, over at the Dayton Bar and Grill, taking home $155.51. Great job to you, Cal Peace, in this awesome game number 7. That is a great prize going out to you. The $35.10 must go prize will be growing and rolling into this next game. So make sure you guys stick around for the double must go prize in this game number 8. But congratulations, Cal Peace, taking home that minor jackpot. I'm going to be taking a break as you guys play the next 2 games of Game Day Bingo, but I'll be back in just a little bit to give out some more great prizes as well as announce those winners.
Wow, wow, wow.
Lots of bonus. Ba 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 ba.
G'day, mate. Aloha. Hello.
Wow, wow, wow.
That's a bonus. Ba 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 ba.
G'day, mate. Aloha. Hello.
Wow, wow, wow. That's a bonus. Ba 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 ba.
For some awesome game day bingo. Missed out on two of those games with you guys as we are getting enrolled into these final three games of game day bingo that I'll be live with you guys for. I do want to highlight some of those winners. Mike over at the Old Piper and Blaine took home $55 on an amazing double Musco prize. Great job to you, Mike. Congratulations on that awesome win. As we also saw another great Musco prize go out in the very following game as $18.10 went out to 1291526 over at the Ibiza West. Great job to our awesome winners, Mike, as well as 129156. As we now get enrolled into this next game, we got an awesome minor jackpot sitting at 56 balls or less that is now grown up to a nice grand total of 70 bucks. $2,446 on that major prize, 50 balls or less, and that mega jackpot, $40,000 you can take home in 49 balls or less. All should be a lot of fun as we get through these final three games with you guys. As we get through these final three games, next time I'm going to be coming live is for a Wild Wednesday, which is actually going to be happening tonight at 7 p.m. Should be a lot of fun. So I will not be here during the normal 4 to 6 time for that happy hour, 23 games of game day bingo, but I will be here later on tonight at 7 p.m. If you guys plan on coming out for that night, I highly suggest you sign up at pgl.world and become a member of our league. PGL members, they compete for points and have access to insider information, including a monthly newsletter that has a bunch of great information in it. So sign up at pgl.world today so we can get all that information to you as well as highlight you in our new member spotlight. So new members are Tams Malt 4, Jabber 469, Killian, Rosie 89, Tag, Danny Kitty, Bold Moves, McGee, Marlin, L Pen 17, Drewski, Frofro, and City Angel 80. Congratulations to each and every one of those players getting signed up at PGL.world. We hopefully get to see you guys competing tonight for some awesome PGL points. Just last night, we saw some awesome players out there trying to earn those great points as well. So hopefully you guys are out there doing the same thing. But I will be going over those awesome PGL standings in just a little bit after I give out this awesome win. We have an awesome top 10 standings for this PGL season 15 that's been super competitive. But before we get into it, we got players 2 balls away on this nice Musco prize of $18.30, as now Dan and loser Dave are 1 ball away on that nice prize. Let's see who our winner, Musco prize of $18.30, will be going out to Dee over at Acapulco Maplewood. Great job to you, Dee, in this awesome game of game day bingo. Or is that DB? I guess that's DB in that awesome one. So good job, DB, in this game as we now get enrolled into our next matchup of Game Day Bingo. This will be a game number 11. I'm only here for live for 12 of these games, so do not miss out on this upcoming opportunity. 58 balls or less for that minor jackpot. But like I said, I'm going to be going over the PGL standings now as we start off with 10th place, Mr. Wolf over at the Super Bowl. They sit with 383,030 points. With 389,960 points in 9th place, we got River over at Poppers. 8th place is Dilly Bars over at JJ's Bowl and Lounge. They sit with 391,520 points. With 406,240 points in 7th place, we got BNN over at the Rock Bottom. 6th place is Melly 13 over the Shortstop Tavern with 421,415 points. With 54,460 points in 5th place, we got Jobu over at the Municipal Liquor Store. 4th place is Rakuda at the Orr House with 488,600 points. With 494,695 points in 3rd place, we got Sloppy at Malone's Bar and Grill. Second place is Jay Lav, who just got pushed out of first place over the Tasty Pizza Bar and Bowl, now sitting with 522,355 points. As our number one player, leading the charge, it is Joe M over at the Long Bridge. They sit with 589,415 points in first place. Great job to you, Joe M. Now on to our top locations to play that awesome PGL action. 10th place is the Tasty Pizza Bar and Bowl St. Francis with 522,355 points. With 537,575 points in ninth place, we get the Anchor North on Lake Alex in Cushing. Eighth place is JJ's Bowl and Lounge in North Branch with 566,505 points. With 569,940 points, in seventh place is the Shortstop Tavern in Coon Rapids. Sixth place is the Long Bridge in Detroit Lake with 589,415 points. With 617,180 points, in fifth place we have Orhouse in Gilbert. Fourth place is the Municipal Liquor Store Millerville. That's in Brandon with 630,980 PGL points. With 673,755 PGL points in third, we got the Underground Bar and Grill in Mankato. Second place is the Super Bowl in Ramsey with 695,825 points. But our number one location, located in St. Cloud, it is VFW East St. Cloud with 709,185 points. Congratulations, VFW East St. Cloud, our number one location in those PGL standings, as well as congratulations to our number one player, Joe M, over at the Long Bridge. Definitely can't wait to see, as we are going to be giving out some major PGL points tonight, getting started at 7 p.m. for that Wild Wednesday. The fun part of this Wild Wednesday is our Minnesota Wild should be actually taking the ice in the final final few games of this awesome action, as we have a game today, Wild in Chicago against the Blackhawks at 8:30 p.m. Should be a very fun matchup for us to watch, as we look to see what kind of questions our Wild can answer in the second half of the season. Some of the questions I'll be asking heading into the second half is, what will the Wild do at the trade deadline? Very interested to see how we're going to complete this roster out, as we definitely have some winning caliber pieces. But there are some issues that definitely need to get filled in. There needs to be some kind of revamping to give us some more opportunities to showcase some of our other players' talents. The other one is just plain and simple. Can the Wild get healthy? We've been banged up each and every week ever since felt like that first week under John Hines was relatively healthy. And then after that, it's just kind of been a rotation of players getting knocked out, coming back in, and then getting knocked out once again. Getting healthy is one of the top priorities for this Wild team to find success. Another thing is, can Brock Favors put together a second half of a season that's worth consideration for the Calder Trophy, aka NHL Rookie of the Year? I think he can. He's been having a fantastic season so far. But we do have a winner here that I need to highlight before I continue talking about our Minnesota Wild, as Sea Bear as well as JP Cat Ranch. They're going to be splitting up $19.10 on that Musco prize. Great job to both of our winners, as we now get enrolled into this final matchup of Game Day Bingo that I'm going to be live with you guys for. So get enrolled, press play, 60 balls or less for that minor prize. Hopefully we can give it out at that awesome ball count. But back to asking our questions for the Minnesota Wild. I personally think that it's going to be a tough stretch for Brock Favors to get into contention for that Calder Trophy, but I do think that the opportunity is there. A fantastic second half of the season could be just what the Wild need and Brock Favors need to have a successful end of the season push. Next question is, will the Wild catch a playoff spot? This is one of the trickier ones, as I think there has to be a few of these answered correctly for us to find that, as we need to get healthy and we need Brock Favors to be playing like a Calder Trophy winner. If we have both of those happening right, I think we definitely can move up and find ourselves competing for a playoff spot, but still going to be tough. And last but not least, will the Wild tank for a draft pick? I think that comes down to, again, answering these questions. What do we do at the trade deadline? What do the Wild ever get healthy? If we never get healthy, what's the point of continually fighting for a just out of the playoffs spot? So I think it's going to be an interesting end of the season for our Minnesota Wild. Lots of answers are going to be coming over these next few games, and so definitely stick around for tonight's 8:30 p.m. matchup against the Blackhawks. You guys can send some luck over to our Wild by playing the great E-Tab game. Let's go Wild. You can even check out the Slapshot bonus round to see if you can score yourself a jackpot prize. It's definitely a great time, but we're also playing some awesome Wild themed game day bingo right here. So don't miss out on all these awesome Minnesota Wild themed games as we continue to play through them. I would like to give you guys a little friendly reminder. Now, when playing Pilot games, don't forget to share those awesome pics with us. We absolutely love seeing your smiling faces. If you happen to hit a jackpot, hold up your iPad and show off your happy face with the jackpot message. We'd love to celebrate with you. You can also send us pictures of you playing with your friends, your favorite bartender. To share your pics, you can either direct message them to us on Facebook or post them with the hashtag Pilot Games. You can also email them to jackpots@pilotgames.com. We can't wait to see all those fun moments you guys capture. So send them in, and you can even see them in our next enrolling screen right under that hashtag Pilot Games. It's a blast. So hopefully you guys are out there sending in those awesome pictures. We are in this final game of awesome Wild themed game day bingo. As we finish this off, I would like to highlight, I guess, our Minnesota Vikings, as we love our partnership with the Vikings. Actually created an awesome E-Tab game with the Vikings called Vikings Victory. Pick a letter in the skull bonus round to see if you take home some big prizes. But what we're going to be looking at today is the 5 biggest offseason priorities for the Minnesota Vikings. As the first one up is extending Justin Jefferson. Probably the second most valuable position in the NFL is the number 1 wide receiver. As you got quarterback and then that number 1 wide receiver just makes such a huge difference within offenses, and keeping Justin Jefferson around for the long haul will be extremely important. Another offseason priority is signing Danielle Hunter. There's no guarantees when it comes to edge rusher. It's one of the harder positions in the NFL, and to be able to predict who's going to be the elite and who are going to be the duds is super hard when it comes to draft time. Signing Danielle Hunter gives you a bona fide elite pass rusher that can lead the NFL in sacks any given season. Drafting an interior lineman. Now, this one is a tough one because this is not a win now situation. Interior linemen usually struggle their first few years within the NFL, unless you're Jalen Carter. But most of them, they take a few years to develop. So drafting interior lineman is a project piece. So thinking of it in that sense, definitely could be important to pick up in a later round. Drafting a cornerback. I think this is another important one, as we've taken our flyers on those guys that we took in the second, third round, a Caleb Evans, and as well as watching Andrew Booth Jr. We've seen if they were going to develop. They just have not. Caleb Evans, though, has looked really nice. But drafting a cornerback, super important. And we may get the number 1 cornerback in the draft if we decide to stay put within this year's first round. We do have a winner here in this game, as Mr. Ed over at Tootsie's is taking home $29 on that must-go prize. Great job to you, Mr. Ed, in this awesome game. Our last little offseason need is finding an answer at quarterback, as everyone knows. But as we are now going to be getting enrolled into a little pilot payday action, $114,000 on the line in this game, so do not miss out. I'm going to leave you guys off to play this game, but before I do so, I have a player spotlight. Call Me Jen over at JR Mac last week took home $58,083. And over at JR Mac, they support the St. Paul Midway Lions Club. And their mission is to empower Lions clubs, volunteers, and partners to improve health and well-being, strengthen communities, and support those in need through humanitarian services and grants that impact lives globally, and to encourage peace and international understanding. Just a huge reason why you guys are playing Pilot games is because it helps out that community. And that's why we say at the end of every single broadcast, when you play Pilot games, your community wins.
Wah wah wah.
Gossip bonus. Ba 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 ba.
G'day, mate. Aloha. Hello.
Wah wah wah.
That's a bonus. Ba 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 ba.
G'day, mate. Aloha. Hello.
Wah wah wah.
Gossip bonus. Ba 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 ba.
G'day, mate. Aloha. Hello.
wah, wah, wah. That's a bonus. Ba 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 ba.
G'day, mate. Aloha. Hello.
Wah wah wah.
Gossip bonus. Ba 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 ba.
G'day, mate.
Aloha.
Hello.
Wah wah wah.
That's a bonus. Ba 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 ba.
G'day, mate. Aloha.
Hello.
wah, wah, wah.
Lots of bonus. Ba 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 ba.
G'day, mate. Aloha.
Hello.
Wah wah wah.
Lots of bonus. Ba 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 ba.
G'day, mate. Aloha.
Hello.
Wah wah wah.
Lots of bonus. Ba 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 ba.
G'day, mate. Aloha.
Hello.
wow, wow, wow.
That's a bonus. Ba 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 ba.
G'day, mate. Aloha.
Hello.
Wow, wow, wow.
That's a bonus. Ba 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 ba.
Goodbye, mate.